I think we're live. Yes, I believe we are. Hey everybody! Long time no see. Well, maybe you've seen my videos recently, but I haven't been live in a while, so it's good to be back. I'm hoping to do more these days, although I don't know if we're quite at a regular schedule yet. Well, anyway, welcome. It's good to have you. We're going to be talking about some interesting things today. In today's live English class, we'll be going over an interesting vocabulary challenge thingy. I'll tell you more about that later. And also we'll be doing, as usual, the Q&A. So if you have any questions, get those ready. English questions, pronunciation questions, grammar questions, phrases, idioms, culture, whatever kind of questions. Feel free to ask. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And also check out my full courses in the links in the description. I believe those are at a discount right now. Let me quickly just update the thing. You don't need to know what thing it is. I just need to update the thing. Give me a second. Oh, wait. What a time. What a time for it to be slow. Now is not the time. Ezra's here. Hello, Ezra. Welcome. Welcome. Just give me 1 second. I've got to update the thing. That's what I call it. I call it the thing. All right. Are we good then? Are we good? Yeah, we're good. Okay. So I think the last time I did a live stream was maybe in, might have been early May. I guess that's something I could easily check, right? It wouldn't be too complicated to check that. I think it was May. It might have been April. It's been a while. It's been a while. So it's been so long that I can't even remember exactly when it was. Let's see. April 9th was my last live stream. Wow, yikes. Hey, Jeet is here. Uncle Ben Hamar is here. Come on, let's get started. I tend to agree. And we do have something interesting planned later on. I'm going to be doing not quite a review. I don't want to call it a review, but I think we can call it a test, first impression, something like that, of a way to practice vocabulary. And not necessarily something I'm going to be good at. We'll see how it goes. I like to try these things out without too much planning because I want it to be real and authentic. So that's coming up. I'm looking forward to that. I hope you are as well. I see more people are joining. That's great. As I mentioned, if you haven't already done so, don't forget to like and subscribe, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch. Are we on Twitch? Let me see if we are. What's new? Well, one exciting thing that's going on with me is that I am building a house, and that's exciting. So I'm planning on doing a video about that to talk through the process so far, and yeah, I'll have more of an update on that. Hi. What is that? Is it BTS? BTS here? Is that BTS? Oh, that would be exciting. It would be exciting if BTS were here. Let me make sure we're up on Facebook and see if we're on Twitch. Hi, Luke. What will be the topic today? Well, as I said, we'll be doing, as usual, the Q&A, and we'll also be doing the what? An app review sort of thing, which I think will be cool. Yeah, we're on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Periscope. I think it's funny that we're on Periscope. Does anybody... I've never actually used Periscope before. I made an account there for this, just because why not? But I've never actually used Periscope. I think it's, if I understand it correctly, it's owned by Twitter, and it's a kind of their half attempt at doing. I shouldn't insult platforms. They're kind of trying to kind of do live streaming, maybe. But I've never actually used it, so I guess I shouldn't judge it too harshly, right? Yes. So questions. That means culture, grammar, pronunciation, idioms and phrases. I know we haven't done it in a while, but we usually get some really good questions, and I'd like to do that before we get into the thing that I want to look at later on. Okay. Hey, Karina's here. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome. Karina's on Facebook. If you guys haven't already followed on Facebook, you can also do that. You can hit the like on the Facebook page. That helps out. Although, if you're watching on YouTube, that's totally fine as well. Subscribe there. And I'm going to be launching some new courses later this year, so stay tuned for that. One should be coming out fairly soon. It's getting close to being ready to go, I hope. So look out for that. That will be a pronunciation course. So we have 2 pronunciation courses coming out this year. I hope you're fine too, Karina. It's good to see you, for sure. For sure. And Jeet's picture here is actually my cat, which I find interesting. That is Circle, that cat on her icon. That's my cat. Not sure how that happened, but there it is. What's going on with you guys? What's happening? What's new? I truly want to thank you because of your courses. They're helping me. Oh, that's really good to hear. Which course are you taking? Are you taking one of the pronunciation courses or a grammar course? Let me know which course you're taking. And also, if you have any feedback, I'd love to hear it. Paulson's here. Woohoo! That's a big deal. Paulson's here. That's exciting. Ezra, how to make teaching the writing skill to primary students more fun? Oh, that's a good question. I will definitely answer that one. Karina wants to know if I got vaccinated. The answer is yes, I did. I did. I got the Pfizer one. It was pretty easy. It was just 3 weeks apart, and I took the first one. Don't worry, you can't. If I did have COVID, you couldn't catch it over the live stream. But I took the first one. Maybe you can. I don't know. Maybe it's an internet virus. Who knows? I took the first one and then waited 3 weeks and took the second one. After the first one, my arm was a little sore. And after the second one, I just felt a little fatigued, a bit tired. I didn't feel my best, but the day after that, I was good to go. So overall, I think good. Now I feel a little bit safer going out. I don't worry so much about it, but also keeping an eye on those variations. There are variants that are newer, and gotta watch the news. Although I'm not thinking about it too much, to be honest. Kind of focused on stuff I've got going on, working on new courses, building a house, shopping. I don't know. Do you use Netflix? What other platforms do you use? Yeah, I use Netflix. I haven't been watching that much on Netflix recently, but I do have it. Probably the thing that I watch most on Netflix, to be totally honest, is old episodes of Star Trek. I like the older 90s Star Trek, the one that happened in the I guess throughout the 90s. The 3 different shows, and maybe I'm just a creature of nostalgia, but I tend to watch those more than anything else if I'm going to use Netflix. Sometimes I'll check out a new show. There's a David Attenborough nature show that came out recently called something about color. Life in Color, I think, is the name. Very good, actually. Yes. live long, and prosper. I really want to ask you, please, how can I speak with a strong with strong pronunciation? Do you mean strong as in good or strong as in you want to keep the accent you have? It's hard for me to pronounce R strongly. Oh, I see. Okay, that's a good one. All right, we can take on some of these. Let me take on these in order, though. Hey, Pablo's here. No, that's not Pablo. Sorry, that's a drum. Never mind. That's just a drum. Oh, no, it is Pablo. And Anderson. Wah! Wah! Amazing. Yeah. Wow, the gang's all here. It's been a while since I've done a live stream. I'm going to be doing more, though, in the near future. Definitely more. Probably. I hope. All right, let me take on some of these questions. Pablo says this is an Argentinian drum. I just take his word for it. It looks like it's pretty cool, actually. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I wonder if you can play on both sides. Does it have a drum head on both sides? One a little bit smaller with a higher sound and the other a little bit lower? Or is it only on one side? And also, do you have to play with sticks, or can you use your fingers? All right. I should look at the bongo video from Richard Feynman, and we should do a Pablo reviews Richard Feynman's bongo skills. That would be cool. Calfskin hair on it. Oh, very interesting. All right. So let's see here. How to make teaching writing skills to primary students more fun. Ezra's question. Ezra Yusuf says, how to make teaching writing skills to primary students more fun. Primary students being kids. Little kids, maybe ages, when do kids start writing? When do they start really writing? 6 or 7, right? So let's say kids between 6 or 7 up to 12 to 13. Let's say that age group. The problem is they have to learn how to write, but that's a challenge because they get bored easily, they're not interested, they don't care, right? So what can be done? And let's maybe focus this specifically on kids who are learning English. Maybe English is their second language. That's more my area of expertise. The main key to it really is that you have to give them things to write about that they find very interesting. That's so important. If they find... You hear that? The world's loudest car. If they find something boring, it doesn't matter what the assignment is. They're not going to do it well, probably. They're not going to put their time and energy into it. So for each individual student, if you can figure out when you're giving them the assignment what makes them excited and give them an assignment based on that, something that grabs their attention, then there's a higher chance that they're going to enjoy the assignment and do it well and do it carefully. So actually, it's the assignment that's the most important part. If you are a teacher and you have several kids to deal with, 12, 13, 14, 15, it gets challenging. But if you can manage to figure out, well, what is this kid interested in? And then say, oh, this kid is interested in Harry Potter. So your writing assignment is to write about which house is the best house and which house is the worst house, and tell me why, and tell me which one that you would be in, and tell me why the Sorting Hat would choose you for that house. Because I know that you like the Harry Potter universe. But then you might say, okay, but how do I make sure they use the right skills within their writing assignment? It will come naturally. If they really need to include some grammar you've taught them, ask them to put it somewhere. Maybe they're making an argument for something. Maybe they're giving an example, and they use that grammar in the example. But again, the most important thing is finding their interest. That would be based on something they're reading. but sometimes you can get them excited about other stuff. It doesn't have to be about Harry Potter or a book report or something like that. It could be based on just an interest that they have. Maybe this kid is interested in rocket ships and the moon. Okay, when I was a kid, I was interested in rocket ships and the moon too. Then, don't be afraid to give them challenges, hypotheticals, things that are going to make them use their creativity. If you just ask them to describe things, to explain things, it's often not as interesting to kids as asking them to give an opinion about something or give an idea, something that they have to think creatively about. So instead of describe what it would be like to fly to the moon on a rocket ship and live there for 2 weeks, say, if you had to figure out how to go to the moon in a rocket ship and live there for 2 weeks, what 6 things would you do? And they have to use their creativity. And that's just an example. But they have to use their creativity to solve a problem, to figure something out, to give an opinion, rather than just describe. Actually, describing things can feel a bit fixed and static, and a lot of kids don't find that interesting. But again, the key thing is always try to follow their interest, figure that out first, and figuring that out is kind of the key to keeping them engaged and interested in what they're doing, what they're writing about. If they're following their interest all the time, they will continue learning and enjoy learning. And I was very lucky to have that experience as a child because I was homeschooled with 2 brothers other than myself, and my mother, who homeschooled me, was always, when I was little, asking me what I wanted to write about first. And then once I said that, I bought into it, right? So it worked. And I still love writing because of that. So that's the key, I think. If you have any other questions, let me know. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Also, check out my full courses in the links in the description. It's a good question from Ezra. I think that's how you say it. Just juggle with the R pronunciation is what I meant. Okay, we'll work on the R sound. That's a good one. I learned the word naysayers. Could you pop it up and explain it? Yeah, we'll work on that too. We'll work on that too. Naysayers is a good one. That's a good one. Did you hear that car when I was talking? Unbelievable. Why do people think that loud cars are cool? I don't get it at all. Is that there's an idea, maybe it's just in America, I don't know. Some people have the idea that a loud car is somehow cool or manly or something, the brrr sound. It's like I can't imagine, I can't even grasp how that could be seen as cool or interesting. It's so strange to me. Anyway, to each their own, I say. All right. Where's the question about, okay, the R sound. We've got this question from BTS. BTS, the boy band, asks collectively, I really want to ask you, please, how can I speak with strong pronunciation? Because sometimes it's hard for me to pronounce R strongly like you. So I would just like to clear something up about the question first. Sometimes when people say strong pronunciation, what they mean is the accent that they have is strong. So if I have a strong southern accent, maybe I talk like this. Okay, that would be a strong accent. So be careful with the word strong, because strong might mean something that you actually don't mean, right? I think what you mean here by strong R sound is that when I'm speaking, you can hear me say the R sound when I say the R sound very clearly. That's a typical American thing. In British English, the R sound is more like this. It's a flatter sound. It's more open, and the tongue is a bit flatter. When it comes to, let's say, on average American pronunciation, maybe I should just make it myself, okay? When it comes to my pronunciation, I definitely curl the tongue back more. That's very common in American pronunciation, to enunciate it more clearly. That's not to say one is better or worse. They're just different, okay? Accents are different. People speak differently within countries and around the world. Obviously, I'm Captain Obvious. Okay, with all of that said, how do we make the R sound clearly and naturally? So we'll talk about how to make it and then how to combine it with other things, because that's important too. So let's take your question, all right? I really want to know, what is that really, want to ask, what does that really sound when I say that? Really, really, what am I doing? Is it mostly happening here in the front of my mouth? Is it happening in the back? What's going on? So it's happening mostly with the tongue, but the mouth position is kind of important. So the mouth is kind of like this. Okay, it doesn't have to be. You can make it more flat like this, but usually it's kind of like this. Okay, so the mouth is not too wide open. It's kind of close. The lips are kind of close together, but not touching, like that. And I like to use this facial expression when I say it. But the most important thing that's going on is the tongue is curling up and backward, trying to point to the back of the throat. That's the most important thing. Now, if that feels weird, well, that's good that it feels weird. That means you're not used to it yet, and you have to practice it. The sides of the tongue are touching the teeth and the sides of the mouth, but the tip of the tongue, that part there, that part is not touching anything. It's pointed up and back, but it's not touching the tip. So when you curl it up, what does it sound like? Now, let's try different degrees. Let's try it very curled up. Let's try it sort of halfway like that. And let's try it more flat and see how it sounds. Ready? All the way back. It's curled as far back as I can. Okay, that doesn't sound right. Really. Well, that's too strong, okay? Let's try right in the middle. My tongue is pointed pretty much straight up, a little bit toward the back. Really. Okay? And then the last one, mostly flat. Really. You hear the difference? Now, that flatter sound is not that American R sound you're talking about. That's something else, and that's one of the main issues that comes up with the R pronunciation, that the tongue is not curled back too far, but is in fact too flat. So you have to get used to doing that with your tongue. That's what you have to do. Not that, right there. And once you get used to that feeling, then you have to practice combining it with other sounds. So you can put things before it and after. For example, really, and say it 10 times. Right. Rolls. Rugs. So say some vowel sounds after it. Then try to put some vowel sounds before it. Orange. Urgency. Okay? Arrange. Make some word combinations that include the R sound, but challenge you to put different things before them and after the R sounds that you're going to use. Well, the R sound that you're going to use. That's the challenge that you have, okay? So make yourself little exercises. The key to it is repetition. Once you have the sound, that's not enough. Because when it comes to pronunciation, it's really all about building habits. If you learn something, when you're then speaking about something later, what are the chances that you're going to remember that as you're speaking? very, very low because you're thinking about 10 other things, the grammar and what you're trying to say, right? So you can't be thinking about pronunciation. So you have to make it a habit so that when you speak, it comes out automatically. The way to make it a habit, unfortunately, is repetition and practice. Either unfortunately or fortunately. I don't know how you feel about it. But that's the answer. I hope it helps. If you guys haven't already done so, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, of course, very important, and check out my full courses in the links in the description. All right. Okay, good question. I like it. That's a tough one. Games can help them? Yeah, sure. Paulson said his battery's dying. Oh, that's very sad. You can't hear any of my sound? Really? That's too bad. Is there a sound issue? I'm seeing sound. I'm seeing that there's sound playing. I'm seeing it. Can you guys hear me okay? Hope so. Let me check. Let me check my sound. The classic headphone and ear sound check technique. Hey, test, test, test. Yeah, we're good. Should be good. Should be good. All right. Then Anderson asked, Anderson's question here. Thank you, Guy Maris. Is it Gay Maris or Guy Maris? Thank you, Mayumi. Thank you. Anderson Duarte says, did you hear that? That was intense. That was really loud. That was a thunderclap. It is. Wow. I wonder if I say Anderson's name again, if it will happen again. Then we'll know something about Anderson. That was scary. I'm scared to say his name again. Anderson Duarte was a little bit there, but it's not as strong. The effect is weakening. Anderson Duarte says, I've learned the word naysayers. Could you pop it up and explain it into an example? Sure. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. This is usually used, the word naysayers, for not just one person. I almost said one people. What's wrong with me? Not just one person, but a group of people. Naysayers, right? Now, you could say you are a naysayer or don't be a naysayer, but it's much more common to talk about a group of people as naysayers, as a kind of general thing that's against a belief, an idea, an assertion, something that you think will happen, something that you believe about yourself, something that you believe you can do, right? So this is usually when we're talking about overcoming a challenge, overcoming expectations. Now, it could be about yourself, it could be about your company, it could be about your team, it could be about anything that's related to anybody who's resisting what most people think, or resisting at least a group of people who think that it can't be done. A couple of examples, okay? The classic one would be probably Tesla, the car company. So, when did Tesla start? 2003, maybe? I don't know exactly which year they started. Whenever they started, all the naysayers said, you cannot build an electric car. It's not possible to make an electric car that's cool, that's fast, that everyone will buy, that people want. That's what the naysayers said. But over the next 10 years, that company proved the naysayers wrong. There are still naysayers who say that electric cars are not all they're cracked up to be, are not the future. But those naysayers are getting fewer and fewer. And now most people accept that cars in the future will be electric, will be EVs. So naysayers would be that general group that we use for people who doubt that it can happen. And that would be specifically about a company. Maybe you have a belief about yourself, right? I believe I'm going to become a pop star, a world-famous musician. This is just an example. I don't actually think this about myself. I don't even want to think this about myself. But let's just say, I believe in my heart that I'm going to become a pop star, a world-famous musician, and I'm starting to feel discouraged. I'm starting to feel down because I've been trying for 2 years, but I have a close friend, and my close friend wants to show support, wants to encourage me. Everyone else I know has been telling me to give up, to get a normal job. Just, it's impossible. It's not going to happen. My friend who wants to encourage me says, listen, all pop stars, most pop stars, started from nothing, and they pursued their dreams, and they didn't listen to the naysayers, and eventually they succeeded. If you really believe that this is what's going to happen, that this is your destiny, you can't listen to the naysayers. You have to believe in yourself and pursue your dreams. Okay, so to not listen to the naysayers, to ignore the naysayers, would be to say, I don't care about the opinions that are against what I believe is going to happen, what I believe is true, and that's a way for me to encourage myself. That is often how we use it. Or when the result turns out to be against what the naysayers said, then we can say the same thing. They showed the naysayers that it was possible. Now, again, you could use it as one person, don't be a naysayer, but it's more often used as a general group, naysayers. It's a good question from Anderson. Guys, if you haven't already done so, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to, of course, subscribe. And also check out my full courses in the links in the description. Yeah, more thunder. It's crazy out there. That was quite a thunder crack. That was very loud. Amar says, I'm considering applying for the Tessel Certificate, but I'm not sure if it's really legit or all the fuss on the internet is just marketing. What do you think? This is a really good question, but it's so difficult to answer. I can give my perspective, and then I can just give my perspective on it. So Amar says, I'm considering applying for the Tessel Certificate, but I'm not sure if it's really legit or all the fuss on the internet is just marketing. What do you think? Okay. So there's TEFL and there's Tessel. And to explain what these are certificates that you would get if you were going to teach English to others as a second language. Okay? So you want to become an English teacher. Okay? This kind of certificate in general, what's it for? Who should take it? Is it a scam? Well, the idea of these is real. Okay? So these are real things. But what you would have to be careful about would be maybe individual agencies offering it. Maybe one is a scam and one is not, right? In general, these certificates, especially Tessel and TEFL, are real things, and they're certificates that you can get. But there could be one company that's saying that they are that, which is actually a scam. So I can't say anything about specific agencies. I don't know. I can't give you advice about that. You have to look into those very seriously, research them, make sure they're not a scam. Get reviews, ask people who have taken the courses, do your research, right? So I'm not going to say anything about individual agencies or places, schools, centers where you might get these certificates. Let me just speak about teaching certificates in general for English as a second language. If you want to become a teacher in a middle school or a high school, you need a state teaching certificate in order to teach in a middle school or high school. That's a long process, but once you get it, you're qualified, right? When it comes to teaching English as a second language, it's not so clear. You don't need... Ominous. It's lightning and thunder. It's not so clear, cut and dry, that you must have it or you don't need it. To be totally clear, I don't have it. Okay, I don't have any of these certificates. I've been teaching English as a second language since, well, I started teaching in China when I was 22, and I've been doing teaching in some capacity, including this, right, since then. So that means that you don't have to have it, right? Also, I started an English training company back in 2016 called Yoli, and we had thousands of students, over 40,000 classes happened on the platform, and we had hundreds of teachers on the platform around the world. Now, we were recruiting teachers for the platform, the head of which did not have one of those certificates. And what we found was the best teachers didn't necessarily have that. That didn't necessarily make them qualified to teach well on our platform. Not in general, but just specifically on the Yoli platform, we found that the things that made a good teacher were more than what certificate they had, was more about maybe they have the certificate, maybe they don't, but they have the qualities of a good teacher. They're able to explain things and notice things that maybe other people can't notice, and that takes practice, but it's also something about personality, and it's sort of a combination of characteristics. I believe, and I suppose I'm biased because I don't have one of these certificates, I've never been interested in getting one of these certificates, I believe that teaching English as a second language is something that is more about your personality and more about your interests and more about the practice that you do. And I believe that someone who gets a certificate to teach may learn a few things and pick up a few things, but won't necessarily become a good teacher, because to be a good teacher requires certain things about your personality. So if someone who's not a good teacher gets a Tessel or a TEFL certificate, that is not going to make them better, if that makes sense. And I found that absolutely 100% true hiring teachers around the world to teach on the Yoli platform. So, should you get it or should you not get it? Well, it really depends on what you want to do, because some institutions, some companies that provide English as a second language training will require it. So my company did not require it. Yoli did not require that because we knew that that wasn't an important factor. Maybe they have it, maybe they don't. We don't care. How good are you, right? But some companies will say you must have this. So if you're aiming at a specific institution, I want to work at that center, and they have on their requirements, you must have this certificate. Okay, then you have to get it. If that's what you want to do and they require that, then you have to get one. Make sure you carefully research where you get it, right? But hey, those are the requirements. But as I said, I don't think that will necessarily make someone a better teacher. In my experience, they might give you a few useful tips, but it's not a prerequisite to becoming a good teacher. I think that that's more of a temperament, personality type of thing. And also, as I said, I don't have one. This is my job, right? I've been teaching English for a long time. I make my living teaching English, and I've never even for a half a second considered getting one of the certificates that they have. Just me. So hopefully that answers your question in a somewhat long way, but I hope that answers your question. I know it's a little bit biased, but that's my honest answer. Guys, if you haven't already done so, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And also check out my full courses in the links in the description. Okay. Yeah, if they require a certificate, Amar, then do what you got to do, I say. Just be careful. Just do your research, right? If they require that, then you don't really have a choice, right? But that doesn't also mean that, as I said, it doesn't mean that you'll be a better teacher. I don't think certificates can make someone a better teacher. I think the qualities of a teacher are really based on personality and practice, not on a certificate. The certificate just says, hey, I got this thing that you said I have to have. Here it is. Will you hire me now? That's what a certificate, this kind of certificate is. Okay. I want to try something now, if that's okay. So let's see if this is going to work. Yeah, I think it'll work. If you need to improve your vocabulary, or you want to work on your vocabulary, there is an interesting service app that you can use to do it. Now, I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not saying I'm recommending them, but there is one. So let's talk about it. Okay, I want to spend a little bit of time talking about this. Quiz Your English is an app that I was recommended as a way to practice your English. Is it good? Is it not good? I think the only way to find out is to jump into it, to play around with it a little bit to see how it works. The basic idea with this app is that you challenge other people. It's you against them. So you have different levels and you do different challenges to see how good you are, to see if you can beat the other person. It's a time thing, but also you have to fill in the blanks. Is it a good way to practice? Well, let's find out. I'm going to try it. So let's try it, see how it goes, and then I will give you my honest feedback. Let's jump into Quiz Your English. All right, I'm going to hop over here. Here's the app. Okay, you can see it here on my phone. Now, I think the way that it works is I choose a level and then I'm paired or something with another player and then I'm going against them. And it would be very, embarrassing obviously if I lost since I'm an English teacher, but maybe I will lose. That would be interesting too. So let's see. Okay, I've made an account here. I played one game for fun and I wasn't really trying seriously. So this is really the first time that I'm actually trying to play this seriously, because before I just wanted to make sure the app worked so that we could try this together. So I don't really have an opinion right now. Let's jump into it. I'm going to click on play here. Okay. Let's see if I can. Oh, now we got sound. Okay, that's good. We've got sound. We've got sound. Turn the sound down a little bit. All right. I'm going to click play. Now, it looks like we have grammar as well. Grammar and beyond, technology. And you can see that these are broken down by level. A1, A2, B1, B2, C1. And then the higher levels, looks like those are locked. So maybe I need to make a purchase. I need to pay $2.99 if I want to get that. Well, I mean, that's reasonable, right? By that time, you would have a good idea whether or not you found this useful. Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's go to, I'm going to choose going out in level B1. All right, so click on that, and then I think I just clicked practice using English to explore the world from your local restaurant to an amazing holiday. Let's see what happens if I just click play here. Searching for an opponent. Ooh, an opponent, meaning someone that I would challenge. Here we go. Mystery player. I'm against this person. Uh-oh. Please don't embarrass myself. Please. All right, here we go. The museum blank to have notices about the objects on display. Well, it could be ought. Yes. In blank of fire. In case of fire. Ha, yes. This mystery opponent. I don't even think they're there. It says waiting. I saw Paula, blank, to get into the cafe. Waiting to get into the cafe. Oh, this is easy. This is easy. You cook food outside on a... well, flame would be true, but barbecue? Yeah, okay. Ah, double points. This is very good. I prefer to blank the shopping on Saturday. I prefer to do the shopping on Saturday afternoon. You've unlocked the extra time power-up. Ooh, 20 coins. What can I do with my coins? It's not clear yet what I can do with my coins, but apparently I can do things with them. All right, so I won. I think I won. Level 2. Nice. Nice. What if I go to the leaderboard? Ah, okay, so this shows the leaders on the whole app, I think. Leaderboard, for specifically for going out for that lesson. The leader has 56,834 points. Okay, I think that's good. That's globally. I can also see the United States. Ah, very nice. Am I on the leaderboard? No. Oh, I am. I'm in the leaderboard of the United States. I'm seventh. I'm seventh in the United States. That's very exciting. First try. Seventh in the United States. Not too bad. Not too bad. But before I brag, I should try something a little more challenging. So let's see how it goes with, ooh, I'm a little scared. I'm going to choose a higher level. I'm going to choose level C1. Wow, that's scary. I don't want to embarrass myself. Okay, let's do level C1. Let's see. C1. Let's see what it says here. Practice, improve, and test your English by competing against learners from around the world. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Searching for an opponent. Ingrid from Brazil. Yikes. Ready. Here we go. Set. Go. In 2011, the government did a study on the blank that tax rebates on the effects. Yes, effects that tax rebates. People have often thought of adopted children blank, which are not, who are not. Yes. Challenging. Mateo was thrilled when his artwork won first place and blank earned him a college scholarship. Yes. It's not as hard as I thought. There's a great deal of blank on climate change, of information on climate change. Double points. Yes, I think we're tied, as blank shows over half of the children as figure 3 shows. Haha, I think I'm winning. Got it. Oh, I won. Yes. Let's see if I'm higher than number 7 in the United States now. Sorry, Ingrid. I shouldn't feel proud of myself, right? Why do I feel so proud of myself? I feel very happy about this. Leaderboard, please be number... Where am I? I must know. Okay. I'm not on the global leaderboard for this lesson. Am I in the United States? Hey! Again, I am 7th in the United States. I mean, that's a pretty big deal, right? Me, Luke, I'm number 7 in the United States on this specific lesson. Wow, I don't know what to say. That's amazing. I mean, I'm so proud. So, all right, what do we say about this? What can we say about this app? Playing it like this, I had a lot of fun. Now, fill in the blanks. Is that a useful way to practice? It can be. It can be a way to practice English vocabulary, to find the right thing quickly, to make those connections in your brain quickly is one way to improve your ability to think in English. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to make you a natural English speaker, but all the tools that you have in your tool belt are things that can help you improve the skills that you need to become a better speaker, to become a better writer, to become a better communicator. So I think this is a cool game, and I really, really like that they have brought in the versus element, that you're actually battling against another person. It adds a layer of pressure, and I saw that you could challenge people. So on first impression, my first impression of this is that it's cool for what it is, for practicing grammar, filling in the blanks, practicing vocabulary. It's cool for that. I don't think it's going to make you automatically a better speaker, but I think it is one of the tools that you might try, and I'm certainly going to see if I can get higher than number 7 in the United States. I want to be top in the world. That's what I want. So I'm gonna play it a little bit more. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Tell me what scores you get, and let me know if you think it's an effective tool for you and for your English learning journey. If you haven't already done so, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And also, if you haven't done so, check out my full courses in the links in the description. All right. That was cool. That was fun. I like that. Good game. Good game. I mean, I gotta play another. I have to play another one. Sorry, guys. I need to play one more. I can't deal with being only number 7. Do you use the word farce? It's not super common. All right, another game I need to play. Achievements. Okay, all right, I can explore that later. I want to play now. I need to play immediately. Grammar and beyond. I'm gonna play C1 again. Matching me with someone. Mystery player. It's not real. All right, here we go. If a company really cares about its image, it blank an effort. It will make an effort. Okay? She blank a job before she came to this country. She had already gotten a job. Yes. Actually, got would have been okay. This is Lucia's first promotion. She blank always hoped for this. She had always hoped for this. Aha. What personal characteristics are defined as blank that good leaders are ones? Yes. Double points. I'm always getting the double points. The author blank by reminding us that the author concludes, I think would work. Yeah, concludes by reminding us that. Wow. So the mystery player is a real person or not a real person? Who is the mystery player? Cool. Cool. I gotta see the leaderboard now for this lesson. I'm not on the world leaderboard. United States? 5th! Haha! 5th in the United States. Amazing. I'm proud of myself. I'm very proud of myself. Yeah, I know. Before you say, hey, you have 74,000 unread emails. I know. Get off my case about it. All right. So I'm happy to answer any other questions about anything before we call it a day. I'll definitely be back next week. So good luck if you decide to get that. Yeah, I used the word farce. It's just not that common, but people do say it. Have you tried to pronounce sounds from any foreign language? How difficult was that? It depends on the language. I find most of the, for example, Japanese is a pretty simple. It doesn't have complicated tones and a lot of sounds, so I think I can say those sounds well. I'm not saying I speak Japanese, but I'm saying those sounds aren't difficult for my mouth to do. But when someone has, when I've been someone has explained the Russian language, for example, I found that pronunciation very difficult. Chinese is something that I continue to struggle with. Pronunciation-wise is the hard part. Yeah, so yes, I think so. It was something I would work on for any language that I wanted to try. If someone was teaching me some words, yeah. Yep. All right, guys, I think we'll call it a day. Thank you for joining. Thank you for the questions. It's good to be back. I know it's been a while. I think your name would be pronounced, I can attempt it. Ahmed? Ahmed? Is it Ahmed? That would be my guess. Just a guess. And I don't know about the last name. I don't know if how the J is pronounced in Arabic. I don't know how it's pronounced. You'll have to teach me if you can find a way. Send me a video. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Much appreciated. Don't forget to like and subscribe, of course. Check out the full courses. And I will see you all next time. Take care. Bye-bye.